Everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be reviewing and swatching the Carli Bybel palette by BH Cosmetics. I am obsessed with this palette, so I really wanted to bring this video for you guys, and that way you guys can see all the shades in the palette. I did recently post kind of like a first impressions makeup tutorial using this palette, so if you guys would like to check it out, I'll go ahead and have a link down below. You guys have blown my mind with all the positivity in my previous video, so I just really wanted to say thank you so much to everyone, and I also wanted to welcome all the new subscribers. Welcome everyone. So if you guys aren't subscribed yet, go ahead and click on the subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on any more videos. And before I keep on rambling, let's just go ahead and get started with the video. Quick disclaimer, I think I'm getting a little sick. I don't know, my voice just has been raspy over this whole weekend. Maybe I had a little bit too much fun this weekend, but let's just go with it. This is my first time doing a video like this, so please give it a thumbs up if you guys would like to see more videos like this. I kind of wanted to do something different for this video just so you guys can see all the colors in the palette and not wait for me to bring out makeup tutorials. So first, this is how the palette looks. It does have rose gold lettering in comparison to her old palette. Her old palette is back over there. I have them stacked up for my candles, and so this is her new palette. It is bigger. It does contain 21 color eyeshadows and 6 highlighters. I did go over that in my previous video, but if you guys haven't seen it, I kind of wanted to address it in this one. And it does say Carli Bybel right over at the top with a little penguin, which is like her little signature because she loves penguins. So I think the palette is gorgeous. So going into the palette, so these are all the eyeshadows, 21 eyeshadows and the 6 highlighters. That's the mirror. It's a huge mirror, which I love. As you guys can see how big the palette is, it's kind of like the size of my head. So it's huge, and I think it's going to be awesome for traveling. And right here it does say aspire to inspire. Yes, we're just going to go ahead and get started into the swatches, and so you guys can see the pigmentation on them. I am going to be using a brush and also my fingers so you guys can see the difference in the way the eyeshadows apply. I don't have any eye primer on my eyelids just because I'm going to be switching through colors. All I have is concealer and a little bit of powder on top, just because I feel like it's going to be hard to remove it if I apply eye primer. But if you guys are doing a makeup look, I would highly recommend one. So I'm going to start off with this shade right here. I feel like I look orange. I guess a little sun-kissed. So I am going to start off with the shade right here, and this is one of her new shades. I believe this color would be super gorgeous on the transition and also kind of all over the eyelid if you don't want to do too much on the eyes. So I'm going to pick this up on a flat brush and I'm going to apply it all over my eyelid. Ooh, this is like a really nice peachy eyeshadow. You guys see that? Oh my goodness, I think this would look so gorgeous on the crease. It's very subtle. But it's really nice. It just kind of gives a hint of color to the lids. But I believe this is more for the crease. So I'm going to switch over to my Morphe M573 brush. Okay, I really like this color for the crease. As you guys can see, it's a very subtle color. It just adds a little bit of color into your lid. Are you a tired little bugger? Oh, mama, you're so tired. You're so tired. You want to go to bed, huh? You want to go to bed? Tell everyone hi. Say hi, everyone. She doesn't like to be in front of the camera. I think she's like shy or something. I'm going to continue packing on the color just because I really want you guys to be able to see it, but since it is such a subtle, kind of like a soft peachy color, I feel like it'll only show up so much. The next shade I'll be applying is the color right next to it, which is kind of like this rosy gold but with the purple undertone. I don't know if the camera's really picking up the shades on this one. It's a little subtle. It's kind of like this pink with purple iridescent. And now with my finger, I'm going to be applying it on my other eyelid. So it's usually shades like this that I feel look the best with just my finger. You see how it kind of brings out the pigmentation a little bit more. You guys can see it a lot better. So on this side I did use the brush, and on this side I used my finger. I personally love the way shimmery eyeshadows apply with my finger better for some reason. It's not really a problem to me because usually I can just spray a little bit of Fix Plus. I could just spray a little bit of Fix Plus if I want it to appear a little bit more metallic-y. I do think the shade is super gorgeous and unique, but I did like it with my finger a little bit better. I'm probably gonna look like a crazy person midway through this video. So the next shade that I'm going to pick up is the one right next to it, which is more of a soft brown with a pinky undertone, but it does remind me a lot of soft brown from a MAC. So I'm going to take this on a blending brush and I'm going to straight apply this into my crease, just because I know it's more of a crease shade than a lid color. You can apply it on your lid if you want to, but I'm just going to take it to the crease so you guys can see how gorgeous this color is. This is one of my favorite crease shadows in the palette as of now because it's the only one I've used. Just look at that. This shade is so pigmented. So I'm just layering it on so you can see that. I love this color and I can keep applying and applying and applying because I love it so much. The next shade I'll be going in is with this rose gold, true rose gold color, and I'm going to be applying it with a flat brush all over my eyelid. Oh, can you guys see that? This is my favorite shade in the palette because it's a true rose gold, and I did use this in my previous makeup look as well. Look at that. Woo! And I haven't seen or ran into anything like it, so honestly this color is like my shit right now. Sorry if you guys don't feel good about profanity, but that's how you know Cassie's obsessed. Such a beautiful rose gold. Like, I just cannot get enough of this color. I just want to keep applying it and applying it and applying it. I feel like a unicorn every time I wear it. Oh my goodness, so much better too. I didn't even need that much of that eyeshadow because it just applies so well. It's very pigmented, such a unique color, and of course I like it with my finger a lot better, but it does apply very nicely with the brush as well. So this is the brush. You guys can see a little bit more gold, and with this one you can see a little bit more of the rose and the gold. So I don't know, I think I like it with my finger better, so you guys can see. The next shade I'll be taking is the last one in this row, and let me see, this has more of a peachy gold undertone. I don't know why, but if I were to create the shade I would call it like Bellini or something. That's what the eyeshadow speaks to me, like peach Bellini. Is that even a thing? So I'm going to apply this all over my eyelid. Yeah man, this reminds me of like a peach Bellini. I really want to know what that is. I'm gonna look it up. It's like a peachy gold eyeshadow. Perfect for the summer. Oh yeah, I definitely like this shade better with my finger too. Kind of makes the gold stand out a little better. I'm not the only one noticing that, right? I do like this color better with my finger just because the gold and then the peachy kind of stand out a little bit more. Next I'm going to be taking this rosy gold shade. This is more like a light pink. I believe this shade was in her previous palette. So I'm just going to apply this all over my eyelid. Oh yeah, this shade was in her other palette. So if you had her other palette, then you'll know how this one looks. It's kind of like a champagne pink. And then I'm going to be taking this mauve shade and placing it into my crease because this color was also in her other palette. So I'm just going to mix both of those together so you guys can see it in case you guys didn't get her other palette. So you already have two shades from her previous palette. It's a very nice soft mauve purple shade. So on my other eyelid I'm going to take this other new shade in her palette, which is more of a purple, but this is still great to put into the crease. I'm going to use the same brush and apply this into my crease. Wow, it's pigmented. On this eye. It's definitely a deeper plummy shade. It's not patchy whatsoever. All the shades that I've applied, they're not patchy at all. They all blend so smoothly. As you guys can see, like since it is kind of like in live action, you guys can see how long it takes me to blend out these shades, and it doesn't take long at all. It's definitely a deeper purple to this one. Really, really like this color. So beautiful. I'm going to be taking this shimmery purple shade, which is another new shade in her palette, and place this all over my eyelid. Ooh. Ooh, I really like this combination. It looks so nice. It kind of has like this metallic-y look to it. Wow. I'm going to apply it on half of my lid, and then on this other outer half I'm just going to apply with my finger so I don't take too long. Moving on to the next row, I'm just going to be taking this white shade, which was in her previous palette, and sweeping this all over my eyelids. I did just apply concealer all over my lids again because I was looking a little crazy. So I'm just going to apply this all over my lid. As you guys can see, it's a pretty pigmented white color. It's not insanely white. It's kind of more like of a bone white. So I think that's why I really enjoy this color. I think this is one of the shades that I was very low in my palettes because I would use it every single time just to prime. This next shade that I'll be taking is the gold color that was in her other palette as well. I'm going to apply this all over my lid. And this color does look better with your finger as well, but I'm not going to be applying it with that just because I really want to move on to the highlighters and I don't want to bore you guys. It's a really nice gold shade. So that's how that brown looks. I think it's such a true chocolate brown. I really like this eyeshadow. Even this combination looks super pretty. Now I'm going to be taking this bronzy shade and I'll be applying it on my other eyelid. This is another shade that was in her other palette as well, so I'm going to skip out on swatching it with my finger. This one does have some fallout, as you guys can see right here. You guys can really tell. But this one does have fallout. All the other shades didn't have as much fallout. I think the rose gold one did at the most. And into my crease, I'll be applying the dark brown shade, which was also in her other palette. So I had to refilm this part of the video because I wasn't filming accidentally. So I'm taking the first shade in the palette, and this is one of her new highlighters, and as you guys can see, it is beaming. This is for lighter to pale skin, and I think this will still suit so many skin tones. Then I'll be taking the shade right next to it, and this is kind of more of a galactic-y, purpley bluish undertone to this highlighter, and it's very unique, and that's what I love about it. I did use it in my previous makeup look, so you can go ahead and check it out and see it in action. The next highlight shade, I'll be taking this lighter pinky shade that was in her previous palette, and this one was my favorite. I almost feel like I like this one a lot better, but as you guys can see, this highlighter is beaming. Then this is another one of her new shades, and it kind of reminds me of Salted Caramel by Kylie, but I actually fell in love with it. I didn't think I was gonna like it as much, but I loved it. It has like a golden undertone, and because I loved it, I decided to apply it everywhere. I'm actually just gonna take the highlighter and place it on the other cheekbone as well, because the next one is the darkest one that was in her palette, and I don't think that one's gonna match me whatsoever as a highlighter. I'm actually gonna have some fun right now, and I'm going to mix this one along with the more golden-y tone one just to see. Ooh, that looks good. I actually like this one. I really like the new highlighter. I don't know if you guys can tell. For the last shade is this highlighter, which is a little bit deeper and a little too deep for my skin tone, so I'm just going to use it to bronze, just to show you guys that you can also use these colors for different things, and they're multi-use, so you don't necessarily need to use them for what they're meant for. This one is in her other palette, and I do like to bronze with it. Super pigmented. I think I went too heavy on that one. She just never fails me. Once again, she killed it with this palette, with all the new shades and also with the older shades that she placed in this palette. I don't know what else to say about this palette because it's just so amazing, and I feel like everyone needs to have it in their collection. Let me know down below if you guys have received it and what you guys think about the palette, because I would love to hear your guys' review on it. Overall, I do want to give this palette a 10 out of 10 just because it just never fails to amaze me. And now that I actually used every single shade on my face and I see how all the colors work, I am super impressed. She did add the white matte shade. She has highlighters that suit everyone's skin tone. They're not shimmery whatsoever. They're the perfect highlighters that anyone would love. The rosy colors, you have purples, mauves, browns, everyday shades. So I feel like even if you don't like to use color, this palette will still be for you. So definitely go ahead and check it out. And the price point of it is only $19.50. And the last time I checked, I believe it was still in stock. Well, I'm not sure if they're doing like a restock and they want to see how much they're gonna sell out. But go ahead and check it out, you guys. I will have a link to it down below. I promise this palette will make you want to step out of your comfort zone from using browns and switch over to a little bit more like pinky mauves, because they're still everyday shades. So oh my goodness, I'm obsessed with this palette and I feel like I'm just being sponsored or something, but I truly love all her work and everything that she comes out with. And it just, every time I look at this palette, I'm like, dude, only $19.50 for this wonderful thing. Her palette is amazing. She's amazing. So thank you once again, Carli, and congratulations on this beautiful palette. You did phenomenal, and just can't get it up. All the shadows were amazing, and I feel like everyone needs to have this palette. Let me know what you guys thought, and let me know what shade is your favorite. Also, give this video a thumbs up if you would like to see more videos like this. And if you haven't done so already, go ahead and click on the subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on any more of my future videos. And I believe that's pretty much it. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video.